This is it, huh?
Mm-hmm. All the comforts of home. Sofa, private bath, terrific view, and...
Ta-da!
Yeah. You have to admit it's better than spending the night in the deck chair.
I suppose. Oh, it's really very nice. It's not exactly what I pictured, though.
What did you picture?
Heart-shaped bed, mirrored ceiling, gypsy violins. You know, something subtle.
You know me better than that.
The only thing I know about you is that I never know what to expect.
Is that bad?
Well, I'm just not used to being the surprisee, if you know what I mean.
How does it feel?
Strange. Interesting, but definitely strange. It's like now I know exactly what I've been putting people through my whole life. Kind of puts you off balance, you know? I mean, last night I could cheerfully have thrown you overboard, but now...
What about now?
You're okay.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So
I guess we better get to bed. I mean, alone. Sleep, you know. Separate cabins.
It's been a good day.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it to end.
Well, sun's down.
So much the better.
Next thing you hear is going to be Strangers in the Night, performed by a couple of aging gypsies. Gregor, Magda, you can come out now.
We're not strangers.
No?
No. Besides, I already told you that's not my style.
What is?
Surprised.
I was just wondering when.
Timing's very important.
Surprise. That was dumb.
I don't think so.
See, now that's just what I mean. Here I am trying to shake up your calm, all-knowing, unshakable demeanor, and you end up liking it.
I didn't say I liked it.
Didn't you?
Yes. You knew I would.
Well, it's not fair. Doesn't anything get to you?
You.
Night, Joe.
Do you really want me to go? Good.
Yeah, I do.
You hesitated.
Well, maybe my timing's not so good.
Doesn't that tell you something?
Good night.
Don't I always come when my sister calls?
No, but I'm glad you did this time. It's important. Delia let him off KP duty just for tonight.
Yeah, well, Dee Dee was feeling a little guilty because she roasted our dinner to death. You see, it started off looking like a chicken and ended up looking something like a piece of charcoal. Well, hey, how was San Francisco?
Everything I hoped. Wonderful.
It's good. I've been thinking about dragging my wife away for a few days. Maybe we'll head out west.
Oh, you should. It's a really short plane ride and there are lovely places to stay along the coast. Jill.
Huh? What happened? Did your friend offer you the job?
Yeah, he did. And I accepted it.
You'll be making a permanent move?
Yeah, right away. I mean, while I have my momentum, my courage. Look, will you two stop looking at each other like that? I'm not, for heaven's sakes, I'm not going to the ends of the earth. California's a hop, skip, and a jump away. And if you pick up the telephone, I'm as close as ever.
Yeah, you're 3,000 miles away.
I feel like I have to do that. It's right, the timing is right, and it feels good.
Does Seneca know?
Yeah, we talked about it before I left. When I got to the airport, I went straight to the apartment. He wasn't there. Then I figured I'd better come and tell you two.
I'm pretty sure he's at the hospital.
Well, I'll go and look for him there. Listen, can I spend the night here? I need a good night's sleep before I start packing.
Of course you can stay.
Good.
You can move in for as long as you need to. When do they actually expect you in San Francisco? I know you said right away, but...
I meant it. My flight is late tomorrow night.
And that's it? You'll be gone for good?
Roger, don't say it like that.
Jill, you can't possibly wind up everything that fast. I mean, you've got your job here, and then the hospital, the memorial project, and the apartments. You've got furniture and your clothes. And what about all the legal business that goes along with your divorce? You can't come up with a separation agreement overnight. Honey, you can't make those decisions under pressure.
Wait, Roger, I have thought this all through on the plane, and it can be managed. Hey, I'm gonna miss you too.
I guess what we're both thinking is that in a week or two, you change your mind.
I know.
But that's not the way it is.
Right.
Well, if westward is your direction, I'm all for it. I'll even come visit you, months at a time.
You're both trying to be very understanding, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I know it's crazy, I know it's sudden, but it's not. See, when I made that trip out there, I felt like I was taking hold of my life again, and I loved it. And I also know that you both have questions about Ken Alexander, so let me assure you on that issue. He's an old friend, a classmate. Now he will be my boss. It's not an alternative to Seneca, it's no romance, and it's not on the rebound. I'm just standing on my own 2 feet again. Listen, if there are any other questions, ask them now. Or else I'm gonna go find Seneca.
About Edmund's memorial, don't worry. The wing will be built. I'll stay involved.
I'm glad. But I have to tell you that I had no doubts that it would not go on. I mean, with Seneca in control. With Ray's money and Seneca's drive, I know that the Edmund and Coleridge Bolack Pavilion will be a reality before we know it. You don't think so?
I'm back with the unasked questions.
Well, do you have one?
I was wondering who else knows you're going and whether that's an important concern or not.
Well, there are a few people that I'll tell. I'll certainly tell Maeve, thanks.
I was thinking about Frank.
He's happy. He's gonna get married. Couple of days, I think.
All right, all right.
It would be inappropriate to seek Frank out to tell him. I mean, if I run into him, that's fine, but I'm not gonna go looking for him to tell him. Roger, he is not in my future. I'm not in his future. He's happy with Ray. I mean, let them live a happy life in Washington and let me live a good life in San Francisco. And why'd you ask me in the first place, anyway?
It's a passing notion. Forget it.
I will. I already have.
You can throw a small party, and tomorrow night is a whole 24 hours away. Now, what I am thinking of is an intimate group of the best people. And Paul, listen, you're such a magnificent hostess. Now, what's the point of being in Washington if you're not going to entertain? Besides, you know your Aunt Marion loves to have guests in, and Lord knows her apartment is as big as a house. Please. My secretary will invite everybody by phone in, or your name. All you have to do is be there at 8 o'clock to greet people. Polly, this is not just another get-together for Frank. You cannot have time to plan properly because the whole point is to keep him in Washington tomorrow. Because otherwise, he may go to New York and find out that Jill is leaving Seneca. Damn straight, I'm afraid. I'm terrified. Paul, I know he loves me, but I don't really want to put him to that particular test. Well, there is plenty of time for him to find out that she's free after we are safely married. Oh, look, Paul, I know I owe you for Samuel Snow, and thank you. Oh, thank you. You are a saint. You are a darling. I've got to get off the phone now. Frank will be back any minute, but we'll both see you tomorrow night. Bless you and bye. Senator Bronson and Judge Caton. That's with a C. And that's it. And make sure you make the calls tonight. My name is not to be mentioned. It's Mrs. Longworth's party. Thank you again. Good night.
Hello.
Hello. Lovely news.
Me too. Yours first.
Yours first.
Okay. Bobby called. I didn't talk to him, but he left a message, and he will be home tomorrow. And more than that, the committee for Frank Ryan as vice president is alive and well in New Hampshire.
Oh, marvelous.
Yeah.
I want to hear all the details. There's something. Tomorrow is going to be a big day in the future of Senator Ryan,
What?
politically speaking.
You mean the ACA meeting in New York?
Oh, hardly. As you very well know, in national politics, Washington is home. What would you say to a small gathering of some very powerful types? Polly's throwing a party for you tomorrow. Perfect guest list, perfect timing. That's my news.
Ray, you know I have to be in New York tomorrow.
Yeah, but I also know you're more interested in kingmakers than you are in nameless faces. You can speak at the next ACA meeting.
God, I've had this commitment for months
But it's not
now.
important.
Well, I'm going to keep it.
You know, I really think that if you want to keep this vice presidential thing alive, you should stay in town and show up at Polly's tomorrow.
I doubt one party is going to make or break my career, Ray, and if it does, well, so be it.
How about a compromise? The speech is already written. Let your father deliver it. It's just a question of standing up and reading.
I'd sooner Dust stood in for me in Polly's, to be honest with you.
I really don't see what is there for you in New York, you know? I mean, just another terrible meal and the same kind of standing ovation that they give any speaker. Now, what I am talking about is Judge Caton and
No,
Senator Bronson.
No, we're talking, you're talking about something else. Otherwise, you wouldn't be this upset. You might want to tell me about it?
I'm not upset. I just happen to care about you making intelligent choices, that's all.
Well, suppose the ACA speech were in Boston. Would it still be so crucial that I stay here?
Of course.
Ah, then it isn't a question of keeping me away from New York.
Of course not.
Good. Then trust my judgment. Call Polly, ask her for a rain check. I'll give the speech as scheduled.
I'll miss you.
Don't say that. Not yet. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And don't wait up for me. I have my own keys.
Will this be a long session with Seneca?
All I know is that it will be the last. Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye.
Why? Why did you have to bring up Frank?
I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't have. I was just thinking, Frank isn't married yet.
Married or not, Roger, it is over.
You sure? There are a lot of people that wouldn't agree with that. But I guess you're right. I was probably just trying to make her stay in New York.
I looked for you at the apartment.
There's more to do here. I'm glad you're home.
I haven't changed my mind.
I don't want to go.
I know, but you've got to understand.
And I don't think you want me to either.
You promised you weren't going to do that anymore.
Do what?
Do those little macho innuendos like you just did.
I said, I don't think you want me to go. Conjecture, a possibility. And normally I would have said, you don't want me to go. Positive, no question about it. See the difference?
I don't believe this.
What?
We are standing in the middle of the night, in the middle of the ocean, discussing sentence structure.
I can think of better things for us to do.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. I think I can think of better things for us to do, which you might want to consider doing as well. Better?
No.
How about a question then?
Sure.
Will you let me spend the night with you?
No. 3 seconds, that's the fastest we've ever done it.
Do you want to?
Sorry, you've already used up your question.
Do you want too?
All right, yes, I do. I like you, and I'm attracted to you. I mean, it would be the easiest thing in the world for me just to lock that door, forget about everything, and let it happen.
Then why?
Because it's not that easy.
Siobhan.
I can't. I have told you that I would feel trapped and compromised, and this would just prove to you that this little excursion worked out just the way you wanted it to.
But if it's what we both want...
That's not enough.
All right. I promised I wouldn't argue with you, and I won't.
Thank you.
We've come a long way since last night.
Yeah, we sure have. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Remember when you said that I was the first woman that you ever went fishing with?
I said only. First implies there'll be others.
But you never brought another woman out here before me?
No.
Why not?
I never wanted to. It's a special world for me out here. My own world, my own space. Where I can do what I want, be who I am. Without the feeling somebody's watching me, judging me. There's a freedom out here I've never found back on land. I like it. I need it. I've never wanted to share it with anyone. Until now. I'd like us to keep seeing each other.
So would I.
Good. Well, I guess I better go back to my cabin.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to kiss you now. I figured we had enough surprises for a few days, so I thought I'd tell you first. Good night.
Good night. Joe, I'm sorry.
You shouldn't apologize.
No, I shouldn't.
Sleep well.
You too.
There's a steak in the fridge, some wine. Let's have a nice, peaceful dinner and talk, huh?
I'm staying with Faith tonight.
Oh. Well, fine. I'll walk you over there later.
No. I would really rather talk to you.
Still very angry. I hope that you would have worked some of that out on the trip.
Oh, I worked a great deal out on the trip. I've accepted a job with a law firm in San Francisco. I start immediately. I only need one bag. I'll pack that in the morning. Miriam will take care of the rest of the stuff. A couple of the knickknacks. I don't want the furniture, and my lawyer is Martin Gale. He'll take care of the separation, the divorce.
What the hell kind of fantasy is this anyway? You're not going anywhere.
Oh, yes, I am. Tomorrow.
No. The last thing I said to you before you disappeared for California was that I would not allow you to run away. Now, apparently, you didn't understand. What I was saying was that I will never give you a divorce.
Fine. Then I'll manage without one. Other people have.
You manage, huh? You manage for how long? Until the affair is over? You manage until you're as desperate as you were last winter? Tell me, has your back pain started to act up yet? Have you done that to yourself yet?
You know, why did I think that this could work out? I mean, some people manage to say goodbye and be friends. I guess they are the rare few. We certainly are not among them. And as for this affair, that is your fantasy, so just have fun with it. As for the rest of it, forget.
You're doing it. You are doing it right now.
What, Seneca? Bringing on the back pain? Sorry, no such luck. No pain and no need for the pills. Cross your fingers, though. Maybe I'll turn into some hopeless dope addict without you. I mean, there's a slight chance that may happen.
I didn't mean that. You know it. I don't want that. I'm talking about you running out just the way you're running out on our marriage. It is your standard behavior pattern, and it accomplishes nothing. You know, San Francisco isn't going to be some kind of a new world for you because you're going to pack up all your pain. You're going to take it right with you.
The only thing that's going to be better in San Francisco is I won't have to try to live with you because you won't be there.
You are going to have exactly the same problems. You're going to go out there, you're going to hide a little, you're going to run a little.
Is that what you think I'm doing? Hiding? Is that why I came here to talk to you tonight?
Yeah, act out some kind of a fantasy play that I will not tolerate for one more second. You see, you are not here to deal with me. You are here in reaction to Frank Ryan. Every major decision you make is in reaction to Frank Ryan. I don't control you, he does. That is how you like it, and that is why you're miserable.
Fine, you believe that. Believe that I am having some affair with my boss. Believe anything you want. Invent everything that you want. But I am finished explaining.
Frank Ryan is marrying May soon. You tell me you don't care.
I said I'm through explaining.
You need to get away from that wedding, from that loss. You're willing to pay any price. But I will not let you pay with our marriage because it is mine too.
Tomorrow I will be done with you and Frank Ryan. And I thank God that he gave me enough strength to start a new beginning. Now you think that's running? I happen to think that it's saving my life.
This Sunday, Breakfast in Bed's taking a daycation, so One Tree Hill's taking over. 5 hours of cute couples with major love troubles. Make Sunday your fun day. One Tree Hill Back to School Marathon this Sunday from 8 to 1 on SoapNet.